Aloha foilers, this is Brian Finch of Foil the World. Today we are reviewing the Armstrong Foils 50 centimeter fuselage. It's fuselage talk day today, and you probably noticed we got the little chop shop tail here, little custom job. But let's talk about the fuselage first. Why a short fuselage? A short fuselage enables very tight turns, especially in tighter, steeper waves. You're going to be able to turn in a steeper wave without breaching out your tail because everything fits. You don't have a long tail sticking out of the back of the wave or breaching out of the surface, and it's going to allow for that tight arc in tight situations, even in mushy flat waves as well. First session is quite tricky. You know, it took probably more than half a session to get this thing the feel right. The very first handful of waves, I was bucking like crazy. It was the rodeo, total bronco ride. The balance was so different than having a 60 or 70 centimeter fuselage. But once you get used to this feel, it's pretty incredible. The turns you can do, the tight arcs you can do, the roundhouses without having to do a big arc. You don't have to plan your turns ahead in time so much with this. You can really pump straight up into a wave and whip around super tight. You can do nice roundhouse, tight roundhouse turns in the pocket. This thing is high performance. I use this when the waves are under head high, just maybe a little bit overhead, but as soon as bigger than that, I haven't found a lot of advantage to the short fuselage. It starts to get real squirrely. The lack of stability becomes a hindrance. I'm not able to ride the way I want to. It just doesn't have that stability that I want when the waves are bigger. My formula pretty much is head high and under the 50. As soon as it gets overhead, you go to the 60. I use the 70 centimeter fuselage for downwinds. Here you can see the difference in length of the 70 centimeter versus the 60 centimeter. And then of course, the 50 is right around here. I haven't noticed any disadvantage in pumping this shorter fuselage. It may even pump slightly better, but if anything, it pumps just a little bit different. You're using a slightly shorter, choppier pump. If you pump this thing incorrectly, you start to plow water and you go up and down too much and it's not an efficient pump. But if you learn how to find the rhythm on the shorter fuselage, it pumps great. Okay, moving on to the stab. Why are we chopping the crap out of all these stabs? For the same reason as a short fuselage, we are looking for maximum performance. We're looking for higher top speeds. We're looking for less drag. And doing this enables that. Less stability, certainly, much less stability. But once you get used to it, if you have a high enough riding skill, you're gonna love it. This chop stab with a short fuselage, super squirrely. It's like loosening the trucks on your skateboard all the way. However, you can maneuver very tightly, you can maneuver very sharply, and when you get used to it, you don't want to go back. Reportedly, Armstrong is releasing a high speed series, the HS series tail stab. It's going to be smaller. I don't know what it looks like, but it's coming, and it's to address the issues and the demands that we're having for, and the whole reason why we're chopping all these tails. So, new tail wing coming soon, coupled with a short fuselage, and I'm sure the new Armstrong design is going to work much better than just taking a machete to this thing and whacking it all crazy like this.